Education is a promotion towards everything. We are high-powered.
Ojúmọ́ tí mọ́ ara mi ẹgbẹ́ra nílẹ̀ iṣẹ́ ti yá. Ojúmọ́ tí mọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ mi ẹ̀gbọ́nra jẹ̀bi àkátúnra mú oníṣẹ́ owó alákọ̀wé gbogbo ẹni tó wáṣẹ́ ọmọlé ìwé òwúrọ̀ lọ́jọ́ ẹni máa rírì o ẹni máa rírì o wọ́n á ṣe bá òwúrọ̀ lọ́jọ́ ẹni máa rírì o ẹni máa rírì o. Àtijọ́ kan fi di reading feel the beat. By power ìjùlọ àwọn ni mo ti keep your soul hot on the heat. Others for back and now we be jacking. Ìròlé làwọn akẹwà polówó ọjà ní ìròyìn tó pé péré valid information ní. Disseminate facts, no complications. We are always on point. Ẹ má yí kúrò rárá o. 102.7 FM, the pride of the people. Inú ọgbọ̀n láti àìbáwá rédíò. Àwa dáyà tó gédégbé. Ó máa ń lọ bójú ọmọ ìtàn. Àìbáwá rédíò. 102.7 FM, the pride of the people. Inú ọgbọ̀n láti àìbáwá rédíò. The pride of the people. Tíátíá ní ẹ̀mọ́ pọ̀. Àìbáwá rédíò.
A pleasant morning to you and welcome to another edition of In the Papers, where we'll bring you stories from different newspapers within and outside Nigeria. I am Florence Ibarima and with me is...
I am ABDULRASAQ.
Good morning, Razak. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Flossie.
All right. And we shall be bringing you stories from This Day newspaper, the Cable newspaper, the Guardian newspaper, Daily Post newspaper from my end, while my colleague will bring us stories from...
We have the Punch newspaper, the Tribune newspaper, and the Nation newspaper from my end as well.
Okay, before we go straight into the headlines, we'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll give you the headlines in details. Welcome back, and it's the iPower 102.7 FM and the program is In the Papers.
Starting from my side, we'll be reading the biggest headline from the Punch newspaper, and with me today we have 2027 showdown, Wike Makinde Rift threatening high-stake PDP convention.
And from This Day newspaper, NICOM police begin crackdown on fake motor insurance racketeering.
Also from the Punch newspaper, we have Royal Row Alaafin may publish Supreme Court ruling after 48 hours ultimatum.
Still on This Day newspaper, Abuja Rail Mass Transit moves 4 million passengers in 15 months.
I'm still sailing through the Punch newspaper. We have 179 ASPs disqualified as police promote 952 officers.
Yes, straight to the Cable newspaper where we have NYSC speaks on assaulted Anambra Corps member.
Out from that to the Nation newspaper, we have Nigeria projects $1 billion in trade investment from Japan summit.
Okay, straight to the Guardian newspaper. Foundation to empower women with healing, confidence, and purpose.
Still on the Punch newspaper, we have Casino Mosque terror attack death toll hits 32.
Also in the Guardian newspaper, residents allege brutality, extortion by River anti-kidnapping unit.
I'm still reading from the Punch newspaper. We have NBA report. Adeleke demand federal government unblock Osun's allocation.
Still on the Guardian newspaper, Oyo appoints Ladigbolu, Ladoja's wife, Pele, and other as AIDS control ambassadors.
Still moving to the Nation newspaper, we have 13 million social media accounts shut down.
Still on this day newspaper, Tinubu salutes Nigerian military's momentum against insecurity.
Away from that to the Tribune newspaper, we have Shitio Award Olabode George, Gani Adams, Kunle Olajide, Olu Alabi advice Oni Alaafin.
Still on this day newspaper, Tinubu approves 45 billion naira for FCT water project.
I'm still reading from the Tribune newspaper. We have Frank Carpio, U.S. judge named nicest judge in the world, dies at 88.
Still on this day newspaper, Makinde approves Ladoja as the 44th Olubadan installation holds September 26.
Lastly, from my side on the Punch newspaper, in sport, we have Chan. Shelley blames inexperience, pressure for Nigeria's collapse.
Away from that, and on the Guardian newspaper, 7,000 Nigerians stranded in Libya, NITCOM reveals.
And that concludes the headline for today. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll give you details of the stories in full. Thank you. You are still listening to Hyper 102.7 FM, Emurele Owo. Starting from the Punch newspaper, we have 2027 showdown. Wike Makinde Reeves threatens high-stake PDP convention. There are strong indications that the November National Convention of the People's Democratic Party, scheduled for Ibadan, Oyo State, may derail following a threat by the Federal Capital Territory Minister, Nyesom Wike, to halt the event. Wike's opposition to convention is believed to be a result of his rift with his eastward ally, Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, and other unresolved issues in the party. Ahead of the elective convention slated for November 16, the PDP has, however, issued a stern warning to the minister over his move against the party's plan. PDP National Publicity Secretary Debo Ologunagba, in an interview with selected journalists in Abuja on Wednesday, cautioned that the decision action under the party's constitution would be taken against him should he continue to undermine the collective interest of the party. For more information and detail, check the Punch newspaper with the headline 2027 Showdown. Wike Makinde Rift threatens high stakes PDP convention.
Nikon, police begin crackdown on fake motor insurance racketeering. The National Insurance Commission, NICOM, has moved towards the implementation of the new Nigerian Insurance Act, NIRA, recently ascended to by President Bola Tinubu. To this end, the Commission recently launched a crackdown on individuals selling fake motor third-party insurance policy in collaboration with the Nigerian Police Force. Led by this motor third-party insurance enforcement committee, NICOM conducted a raid in the Mabuchi area of Abuja, targeting perpetrators who issue counterfeit policies to the public. For details of this story, see this day newspaper with the headline, NICOM police begin crackdown on fake motor insurance racketeering.
I'm still selling to the Punch newspaper. We have Royal Row Alaafin may publish Supreme Court ruling after 48 hours ultimatum. Following the expiration of the 48 hours ultimatum is issued to Oni of Ife, Oba Enitan Ogunwusi II, indication emerged on Wednesday that the Palace of Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Akim Owade I, was preparing to release the Supreme Court ruling, which, according to it, affirmed the Alaafin exclusive right to confer chieftaincy title covering the entire Yoruba land. This development comes on the heel of a series of meetings held by the Alaafin with palace chiefs in Oyo town on Wednesday to deliberate on the next steps. On Monday, the Alaafin media aide, Mr. Bode Durojaye, had demanded that the Oni revoke the Okonlomo of Yoruba land title conferred on businessman Dotun Sanusi within 48 hours. He also cited the Supreme Court ruling in defense of Alaafin's position. The Alaafin accused the Oni of exceeding his authority and breaching the Apex Court pronouncement on who could confer title with the Yoruba land designation. For more details of this, check the Punch newspaper with the headline, Royal Rose, Alaafin may publish Supreme Court ruling after 48 hours ultimatum.
Still on this day newspaper, Abuja Rail Mass Transit moves 4 million passengers in 15 months. The Abuja Rail Mass Transit (AMTI) project has recorded over 4 million passengers in the last 15 months. Besides, the country reveals the first batch of students trained in China and also officially launched its local training in Abuja in what was described as another significant milestone in the Nigerian rail system supported by the Chinese government. As a symbolic ceremony held recently in Abuja, attended by senior officials of the Federal Capital Territory Administration and representatives of the China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation, stakeholders celebrated what they described as a turning point in the transfer of technical expertise and sustainability management of the nation's capital rail transport system. For details of this story, see This Day newspaper with the headline, Abuja Rail Mass Transit moves 4 million passengers in 15 months.
I'm still on the Punch newspaper. We have 179 ASPs disqualified as police promote 952 officers. And the detail, the Police Service Commission has withheld the pronouncement and the promotion of 179 Assistant Superintendent of Police. The Commission added that 176 of the affected officers had already retired, while remaining 3 were dead. In a statement on Wednesday by its spokesperson, Ikechukwu Ani, the PSC said the affected officers were unfit for the promotion exercise. Ani also said 952 ASPs were elevated to the next rank of Deputy Superintendents. The police code said, and I quote, "The Police Service Commission has approved the promotion of 952 Assistant Superintendent of Police to the next rank of Deputy Superintendent of Police." And the quote continues, it said, "The Commission also declined the promotion of 176 ASPs found to have retired from the service and another 3 suspected to have died." To get this story in full, check the Punch newspaper with the headline, 179 ASPs disqualified as police promote 952 officers.
And in the cable newspaper, NYSC speak on assaulted Anambra Corps member. The National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, says the corps member assaulted by the vigilante group in Anambra was on a visit to the Raided Lodge. On August 19, a video of security operative invading a corps member's lodge and accusing them of being internet fraudsters surfaced on social media. One of the operatives was seen hitting the corps member, identified as Jennifer Elobo, while others stood by. Her clothes were torn in the process, revealing her unclad body as she cried out for help. The incident has drawn outrage on social media, with many Nigerians demanding justice for the victim. In a statement condemning the act, NYSC described the assault as ridiculous. For details of this story, see the cable newspaper with the headline, NYSC speak on assaulted Anambra Corps member.
You are still listening to iPower 102.7 FM in Murele Awards. The program is in the papers, a newspaper review program. We are still on the Punch newspaper. We have Casino Mosque terror attack deaths toll hits 32. The deaths toll from Tuesday down terror attack on worshippers at Unguan Mountain community in Malamfushi local government area of Katsina State has risen to 32. The assailants, identified as bandits, stormed the community mosque at about 5 a.m. while residents were observing Fajr's prayers. They opened fire on the worshippers in what officials described as a respiratory assault. Earlier reports had put the number of dead at 13. However, during the condolence visits to the community on Wednesday by the state government delegation, it was confirmed that 32 people had lost their lives while an unverified number of residents were abducted. Some of the kidnapped victims were later rescued following a swift air strike by the Nigerian Air Force, which disrupted the attackers' movement. Others scattered in the ensuing confusion are now receiving treatment in hospitals. To get insight into the story, check the Punch newspaper with the headline Katsina Mosque Terror Attack, Death Toll Hits 32.
You're still listening to iPower 102.7 FM News, and the program is In the Papers. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll give you the rest of the stories. Yes, away from that, and we have the Guardian newspaper where we have Foundation to Empower Women with Healing, Confidence and Purpose. Heal and Sparkle Foundation has unveiled plan for a transformative women empowerment conference, She Rises, to guide the gender on their journey to healing, confidence and purpose. According to the organizers, the one-day conference will feature keynote sessions on healing, confidence and career growth, mental health awareness campaigns, and self-inquiry exercises. Other highlights will include exhibition of the networking fair, spotlighting women-led businesses and well-being brand, as well as special birthday celebration segment for women born in August. Scheduled for August 23rd in Lagos, the event will also feature the official launch of the She Rises Self-Inquiry Journal. For details of this story, see the Guardian newspaper with the headline Foundation to Empower Women with Healing, Confidence and Purpose.
For your reaction on the stories read so far, you can join us on our YouTube page by searching iPower 102.7 FM or connect with us via our studio line to share your comments on any of the stories so far. You can call us on 081-6552-4699. 081-6552-4699. I'll be going through the story from the Punch newspaper again. We have NBA report, Adeleke demands federal government unblock Osun's allocation. Governor Ademola Adeleke of Osun State has renewed his call on the federal government to release statutory allocation due to the local government in the state, urging the authorities in Abuja to heed the advice of the Nigerian Bar Association and other stakeholders who have declared the continued seizure of the fund unconstitutional. Reacting to the intervention by the NBA, the councils of Obas in Osun and other civic groups, Adeleke praised their courage in standing up for truth and the rule of law. Adeleke said in a comment, and I quote, "We are vindicated of all front of our right claim on the local government crisis." He said further, "I must particularly commend the NBA leadership for settling up a committee to investigate the Osun local government question and for demonstrating their rare courage to release the report, which declared there is no legal basis for continuous withholding of Osun local government allocations." Adeleke, however, welcomed the NBA clarification that his administration was not responsible for the removal of all Progressive Congress Council chairmen in 2022, noting that it was a court of law that ordered their sack. If you are interested in this story, check the Punch newspaper with the headline NBA report, Adeleke demands federal government unblock Osun's allocation.
And still on the Guardian newspaper, residents allege brutality, extortion by River Anti-Kidnapping Unit. A young man by name Cletus Emmanuel Oyekachi has accused operative of the anti-kidnapping unit Mini Okoro Police Division, Rivers State, of unlawful arrest, extortion, and assault along Igbo Eche Road. Oyekachi alleged that the incident occurred on Monday while he was returning from a car wash with his younger brother and a female companion. He said police operatives stopped them, inspected his vehicle papers, and claimed his tinted permit had expired. He further alleged that the officer demanded 1 million naira for his release after offering 20,000 naira, which was rejected. A situation escalated into violence. According to him, one of the officers slapped him, pushed him to the ground, and kicked him in the face, while another whipped him on the ankle and shoulder, causing him to collapse. Oyekachi claimed that his younger brother, who tried to intervene, was assaulted, while the female companion was stripped naked on suspicions of recording the encounter. He further alleged that the operative left him unconscious, took his brother and his vehicle, and later pushed the brother out of a moving vehicle with handcuffs still on him. He claimed their phone was also allegedly seized. For details of this story, see the Guardian newspaper with the headline "Residents Allege Brutality, Extortion by River Anti-Kidnapping Unit."
And away from that, to the Nation newspaper, we have Nigeria projects $1 billion in trade investment from Japan summit. Nigeria's participation at the ongoing Tokyo International Conference on African Development (TICAD9) in Yokohama, Japan, is anchored on an ambitious mission to attract over $1 billion in trade and investment. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said he and his team aim to accelerate green innovation and growth and industrial growth, expand opportunities for youth, and position the country as the heart and gateway to West African vast market. Noting that the need for peace to attract investment, he vowed to tackle the underlying causes of terror and praised the armed forces for their efforts. According to him, victory over terror will come not only through the might of the armed forces, but through reform that deny extremism fertile ground. To get more information on this story, check the Nation newspaper with the headline "Nigerian projects $1 billion in trade investments from Japan summits."
Still on the Guardian newspaper, Oyo appoints Ladigbolu, Ladoja's wife, Pele, and others as aid control ambassador. The Oyo State government has inaugurated 6 prominent indigenes as ambassador of the Oyo State Agency for the Control of AIDS, in a renewed push to strengthen the fight against HIV and AIDS in the state. The appointees are chairman of the Oyo Metropolitan Development Association, Archbishop Emeritus Ayo Ladigbolu, former Oyo State wife and former Oyo State First Lady and wife of the Olubadan designate, Chief Mrs. Mutiat Ladoja, Balogun of Ogbomosholand, Chief Dr. Saka Balogun, former House of Representative member Shina Pella, Alhaji Razak Adeleke, and Wale Samiyu. The committee was inaugurated by the Deputy Governor Bayo Lawa, who represented Governor Seyi Makinde at the ceremony held in the conference room, Government House Road, Ibadan, yesterday. For details of this story, see the Guardian newspaper with the headline "Oyo appoints Ladigbolu, Ladoja's wife, Pella, and other AIDS control and others as aid control ambassadors."
Yes, I'm still on the Nation newspaper. We have 13 million social media accounts shut down. Leading global platform Google, Microsoft, and TikTok have shut down and deactivate more than 13 million social media accounts. Also taken down were 58.9 million contents considered as obscene. The National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, said the measures were in line with Nigeria's Code of Practice for online platforms. The code highlighted efforts by social media platforms to mitigate online harm. In a statement yesterday by its Corporate Communication Media Relation Director, Ajia Adiza Umar, the NITDA said 13,597,057 accounts have been shut down for posting offensive content and violating the code of practice guiding social media usage. The statement was jointly issued by the Nigerian Communication Commission (NCC), the NITDA, and the National Broadcasting Commission (NBC). For details of the story, check the Nation newspaper with the headline 13 million social media accounts shut down.
And with that, we've come to the end of today's edition of In the Paper. Many thanks for listening. I am Florence Ibarima and
I am ABDULRASAQ Alawaye.
good morning.